I come up to you.
For years, Ellen DeGeneres built an entire empire around one simple message. Be kind, except that wasn't what was happening. Her message wasn't just a slogan, it was her brand, her identity, and the reason millions of people tune in every day to watch The Ellen Show. She danced on the stage and made celebrities look like old friends. But then the internet started noticing the tight smiles, the distasteful jokes, and the uncomfortable conversation, and people started digging, and they realized that maybe Ellen isn't as kind as claimed she is. But were these just harmless TV moments blown out of proportion, or were they signs that something wasn't quite as wholesome as everyone believed? Join us as we count down 10 most disturbing moments of Ellen DeGeneres that were caught on camera. Starting at number 10 is a video that people still talk about nearly 2 decades later. Back in 2008, Mariah Carey appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show while rumors were swirling that she was pregnant with her first child. Instead of simply asking the question and respecting whatever answer she gave like a normal person would, Ellen instead turned it into a game.
Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
Oh my goodness.
She brought out champagne, but Mariah tried to dodge the game as much as possible, and it was clear that she looked uncomfortable because instead of saying yes or no, she kept dodging the question. But Ellen was relentless.
I can't believe her.
Mariah Carey is opening up about this uncomfortable 2008 appearance.
She kept urging, pushing, and encouraging her to take a sip in front of the audience, knowing fully well Mariah was trying to keep her pregnancy private.
No,
Are you trying
I'm
to
not
just-
going to ask you if you're pregnant or
This
not.
is
I'm
peer
just gonna
pressure.
say.
Do you see what Ellen is doing? This is peer pressure.
Mariah eventually refused because she was actually pregnant, and Ellen laughed and said she refusing the champagne was basically her confirming her pregnancy.
You're pregnant!
No,
You
I
are
didn't say
pregnant!
that. No.
The audience laughed, the interview went on. Except Mariah, who would admit years later that the interview made her uncomfortable. Well, you and us both, Mariah. Cause how messed up is it that someone wasn't ready to announce her pregnancy, but Ellen still in some way forced her to announce the pregnancy? Messed up, right? And believe it or not, that was not the most uncomfortable Ellen had made someone feel, because this next celebrity interview felt more like a humiliation ritual and less than an interview. Number 9 is a video that had us wanting to crawl into the screen and rescue Taylor Swift. Now, we all know Taylor Swift has been very vocal about how difficult it has been for her to date in the public eye. So imagine her shock when that became the punchline for all of Ellen's jokes during the interview. During the interview, Ellen pulled out a slideshow of different male celebrities and told Taylor Swift to ring a bell whenever she recognized someone she has dated. Talk about public humiliation.
So ring it 3 different times. So then it's still out there. We still don't know. So let's show some pictures.
Taylor repeatedly told her to stop, but Ellen was on a roll and refused to be stopped. Taylor laughed at first and said it made her feel bad.
Okay, all right.
This makes me feel so bad about myself. Every time I come up here, you put like a different dude up there on the screen.
The audience laughed, but you could tell they weren't laughing with Taylor. They were laughing at her. This next one completely flipped the internet upside down because unlike Taylor Swift, this next celebrity called Ellen out on her weirdness, and it became internet gold. During the show, Ellen accused Dakota Johnson of not inviting her to her 30th birthday party. Seems like a harmless accusation, right? Except things got weirder very fast.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Dakota replied very calmly and said that's not true, and reminded Ellen that she did invite her, and all of a sudden the audience wasn't laughing. This was new because for the first time someone was shutting Ellen down. Dakota reminded Ellen of the exact moment she invited her and said that the last time she was on the show, Ellen gave her a bunch of shit for not being invited, and she didn't even know Ellen liked her.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
The exchange is still torturous to watch almost 8 years later because the two went back and forth on whether Ellen was invited or not until Ellen finally agreed that she was.
Oh, I think I do remember I was invited. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The clip exploded online. People loved that Dakota had put Ellen in her place for perhaps the very first time, and people started calling it one of the most satisfying moments ever. If you thought Ellen's interview with Dakota was uncomfortable, well, this next moment moment was just straight up embarrassing and wrong. One celebrity that has had so many run-ins with Ellen is Katy Perry, and we are sad to say each time she was with Ellen, it was never good. The first came in 2017 when Ellen referenced Katy's breast on Twitter while wishing her a happy birthday. The post was labeled as sexist because it was coming at a time when the hashtag #MeToo movement was happening. Another moment came during the show when she looked Katy Perry directly to her face and told her that she had never been married.
We're not married.
Poor Katy was forced to remind Ellen of Russell Brand, which must have been difficult for her, seeing as she suffered from depression after the divorce. But of course, Ellen didn't care about that.
We're not married.
Well, it's when I was 25.
Were you?
Yeah, it's been a long time, honey.
To who?
No wrinkles, no lines.
To who?
His name was Russell Brand.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Russell. Yeah. No, yeah.
Remember, you gave me some wedding gifts on this show.
Yes, I do.
Just when you think Ellen's uncomfortable antics can't get any worse, it gets worse because she made this next celebrity cry. Before the Ellen show ended, there had been rumors that Ellen was not nearly as nice as she portrayed herself to be, so much so that Kathy Griffin referenced it in her book, Kathy Griffin's Celebrity Run-Ins, My AZ Index. In the book, she included that Ellen had a mean streak, and that was not news to Hollywood, but she didn't mention Ellen's name in the book. However, while promoting the book, she mentioned Ellen's name.
Screaming on the phones, both of us screaming. And I think that's so funny.
Ellen immediately called her up, and Kathy claimed that it felt like Ellen wanted to put her, Kathy, in her place. The two argued on the phone, and when Kathy hung up, she cried like a baby. Imagine making another grown woman cry. Imagine being a queer rights activist and hanging out with someone who made it impossible for you to marry your girlfriend because of the laws that he made. And you also defend him on the internet. Crazy, right? Well, that's what happened at number 5. Ellen found herself in a bit of trouble when she was photographed hanging out with former President George W. Bush at a football game.
We're also there.
Looks harmless, right? Except that during George's time as president, he was against same-sex marriage, a law that affected so many people, including Ellen herself. So why exactly is she chummy with him? As if that wasn't enough, when fans called out her hypocrisy, she doubled down and stated that people should be kind to everyone, and that obviously includes people whose political beliefs affected other people's lives.
Here's the thing. I'm friends with George Bush. In fact, I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs that I have. We're all different, and I think that we've forgotten that that's okay, that we're all different. When I say be kind to one another, I don't mean only the people that think the same way that you do.
Speaking of past presidents, in this next one, Ellen made the former First Lady so uncomfortable that she never returned to the show. One very awkward moment that fans still remember was Ellen and Michelle Obama's shopping trip to CVS, and I can assure you that people didn't remember it because it was wholesome. In fact, it was quite the opposite.
Here we go, Michelle. There's coupons because, you know, you're going to need these probably. It's been a while.
Ellen's regular antics, which were supposed to be funny, looked so exaggerated and very uncomfortable for someone as distinguished as Michelle Obama.
And you push the basket because nobody is going to push it for you. CVS, of course. CVS stands for cotton, Vaseline, and stuff.
She made a racial statement by saying that she thought the first magazine the former First Lady would want to read was Essence. Really? Then Ellen pretended that Michelle needed a cream for a rash, which was very awkward.
Michelle, what kind of cream do you need for that rash that you were telling me about?
When the entire trip was over, it was easy to see that Michelle was pissed because she told Ellen, you know, you are really annoying. It's like taking a 3-year-old to the store.
Happy every day. Freed some slaves. You know, you're really annoying. It's like taking a 3-year-old to the store.
At number 3 is one moment that a certain chef hopes to forget for the rest of her life. Imagine you are a chef on Food Network with millions of fans and a lot of successful shows under your belt, and you get invited to do a vegan cooking segment with Nicole Kidman on one of the most famous talk shows on the planet. What could possibly go wrong, right? Well, it went wrong, very wrong. From the start, it was clear that Nicole Kidman was not taking anything seriously and didn't care about the food, and Ellen was just there to make jokes.
You can put a timer on. Do you have a timer?
Well,
I guess I'm just teaching Nicole there because Ellen's left now.
No,
Ellen, you can put the timer in your oven or get one of those ovens.
Very good.
As the segment went on, it was clear that Giada De Laurentiis was getting uncomfortable and anxious because her tone kept rising and she started getting snippy, referring to Kidman as the woman who can't cook.
My God, the woman who can't cook made the perfect ball.
That's amazing.
After the first dish was made, things got worse because Ellen kept making jokes and Kidman said Giada's focaccia was a bit tough. Yikes. Talk about public humiliation.
That sure is good.
It's a little tough.
Imagine not being American and someone on national TV makes fun of your accent by saying they were going to teach you the English word of the day. Well, that happened to Sofia Vergara. Everyone knows Sofia Vergara is Colombian and she has an accent, and she has constantly talked about how difficult it is for her to communicate in English and how hard it is for people to understand her. So imagine her surprise when her insecurity became the joke of the day.
I cannot take this accent away no matter what. I tried. Like at the beginning of my career, I'm like, I cannot be, when I moved to LA, I'm like, I cannot believe why Penelope Cruz or Salma Hayek don't change their accent. They're gonna have so much more opportunities. I'm gonna do it. Of course. It's like I spent so much money, time with.
The interview immediately went south when Ellen told Sofia she was going to teach her the English word of the day because she was Colombian.
I thought I would teach you an English word so that.
Okay.
Sofia laughed, but you could tell that there was something very uncomfortable about her laughter.
Wait, give me like 3 times.
It is fair to say that the clip hasn't aged well. It's only fitting that this next moment should be number one, because not only was it deeply disturbing, it marked the end of the Ellen DeGeneres show. In 2020, Ellen addressed the allegations about the toxic work culture on set. It wasn't her addressing it that was the issue, it was the manner in which she addressed it that had fans talking. She made it sound like she was a harmless victim that should not have been dragged by the press.
Anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that.
And to top it all off, she claimed she had no idea that all of that was going on, which would have been impossible because it was people in positions of power who were said to be assaulting the staff, and she herself was in a position of power. A year after that speech, she announced the last season she would be filming because it seemed like the Ellen DeGeneres show had run its course.
Ellen says she wants them all to be happy and proud to work there.
Although there might have been several good moments during the Ellen DeGeneres show, it is without a doubt that there have been moments when fans have stopped to say, this is definitely weird. Like this one fan who said that Ellen is a vile thing for trying to bait Mariah Carey to reveal her pregnancy. And this fan who also said that Ellen started out nice, but became mean and bitter over the years. But what do you think? Do you think most of these moments were harmless fun, or were they really very disturbing? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.